Not. So Patrick, do we describe this for everybody, Rob?
What?
You describe it. You describe it.
What?
I do enough talking.
I think any car's dead in iRacing. I think it's gone.
Oh, it's definitely. I agree. It's not going to survive much, but I still think we'll find opportunities to race it, just not as fruitful as before. Some of them just want to like make. What's the thing? Like that guy wanted to make like dolls out of Tyler's hair, but then there's just other guys who are just like. He did. He would say weird things to Tyler, man. Like he was a strange guy. And then like other guys would just show up and he's like, "Oh, we never met you? Sure, come race this 24 with us." And then you just jump in the car and wreck us out in a lap and be like, "Okay, never see you again."
Yeah, that
like,
was
okay. Well, better luck next year, I guess.
That was the guy from.
Welcome in to another installment of the XSLR Cross Series League Racing, here presented by Slow Motion Broadcasting. My name is Daniel Hall. I am joined in the booth tonight by Jake Luther, a competitor in this series, and in our production truck is Jonathan Grabowski. So we are here at Crandon International Raceway, the kind of the home of Pro 2 and Pro 4 racing in the US, and looking to be an exciting race. Jake, you were out on the track with these guys in the oval and the road portion, and now they've come to the dirt road portion. How are you shaping this race up?
It seems to be between a couple few fast folk. I know I've seen Adam Thompson definitely has the pace in this. So does Josh Clogg. And we'll see. There can always be surprises too when you have people like Tim Cox and Justin Hall in the field to kind of mix things up.
Yeah, for sure. The kind of a couple races develop. We got the guys up front, and then some interesting races going on in the back. We've had that the last couple weeks, but we joined these guys in on qualifying. Adam Thompson's out there coming around to take the green for his first lap. So we look for him to be pretty quick. And as you mentioned, Josh Clogg's always got speed on these dirt road tracks. So, yeah, it should be a good race, and we'll see Adam Thompson take the green here. A tight corner leading to the start-finish straight. I think it's important to get a good run out of that corner, start out your lap pretty well. So rolling through the section where you go for the long course, there's a short course, short layout for this track, and we're using the long one tonight, so plenty of space for these drivers to spread their legs and beat and bang all over the place. So also an interesting start procedure with this track. You want to walk us through that what they're going to see tonight, Jake?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is a land rush start. And I know there's been some discussion there about the grid starting positions and the different advantages you can get. Specifically with the second place start, I heard has a little bit less grip. So it'll be interesting to see people if they don't get pole, if they're trying to sandbag a little bit, get an advantage off the line.
Yeah, it just goes to show how important qualifying is going to be, and it has been pretty important, and it's going to kind of rear its head in a couple different ways tonight, it sounds like. So we'll see how they get on. As should get the first few laps coming in now. We'll get a look at Bobby Ross. He was not joining us last week, but he's pretty quick on these dirt roads too. Adam's the first one around to put a time on the board. Josh Clogg comes around, identical times, 124.901s for both of them. That's that might just be a precursor to what we're going to see tonight. These guys are going to go at it all night long. Isn't that right, Jake?
Oh yeah. No, it should definitely be pretty fun, especially just seeing what the other drivers kind of throw in the mix there. Maybe to mess the order around.
For sure. So we'll see if either can improve on their second laps, and if not, Josh Clogg's going to have the benefit of the pole, and that's going to set him up, if he's able to win his heat race, into the first starting grid. And Adam's really going to want to improve if that second grid position's as slippery as you say it is.
Yeah, another note too, I think these cars are quickest on their first lap too, so we might see it finish up right there, which, I mean, how often do you see quali that close?
Yeah, that is very close. There is nothing separating them on the timing screen here. So we'll see. Adam's coming around. He went faster in a couple sections. He does go faster at 24.72. So we'll see if Josh, Josh Clogger's around with his lap. He does not improve. So Adam looking like he's going to take the pole, especially as qualifying wraps up here. That's the checkered flag. So just getting a couple laps in time, but that's our order. We'll get heat 1 started up here. We'll see them grid here shortly. But Adam Thompson taking the pole with a 24.72. Randall McGrew will start second in this heat race. Kevin Irwin will start third, and Jimmy Howlett will start fourth. So what are you going to be watching for, Jake?
I'm surprised Jimmy's fourth here. I was watching him go the other night, and maybe we'll see him move up and try and get past Randall and Kevin in the start.
Yeah, it looks like there's a couple guys that didn't set lap times, so maybe got a couple off tracks, and that may have hurt their lap times. But 10 drivers in the field tonight. We're going to have 4 in this heat race, and then 3 to round out the other 2 heat races. But this is a good aerial shot of the land rush start, and you can see they all start kind of heads up side by side. So it should be exciting. Got the fourth driver on the grid now. Lights have come up, and they will start counting them down. And the green flag's out. Away they go. And looks like Randall McGrew got a great start from that starting grid in second place. So
All right. Some reverse commentator curse.
yeah, but Adam's going to have the inside advantage here. So he is going to slide. Not able to clear Randall, though, so they're going to go side by side into this section. Adam goes a little wide. That's going to open the door for Randall, and he gets tapped, but no harm, no foul. Randall's going to take the lead, and he's going to lead him single file over that kicker jump.
Yeah, I think from what we saw last week, we're going to see a lot of tapping, a lot of paint and rubbing going on. Not even between cars, but with the walls and everything around the track.
Yeah, drivers are trying to get everything they can, maximizing their track and corner entrance speed, and definitely some rubbing as we see more of it right there. Adam Thompson gets into Randall McGrew, but wisely backs out of it. Randall's fine, keeps going, so he'll hold on to the lead. He is doing everything he can to keep Adam Thompson, but Kevin Irwin on his side. That's unfortunate. He's going to have to tow back to the pits, and that's going to cost him. That's going to set him back to fourth. That's not where he wanted to start his race event tonight. But Adam Thompson looks like he's making a move. He's going to get in front of Randall McGrew. Randall might have the outside and might use that to carry some momentum. Oh, looks like he got crossed up. That's going to allow Adam Thompson to take over the lead, and Randall falls back into the clutches of Jimmy Howitt. So Jimmy looks like he's going to try to move up and take advantage of that and get by Randall here.
Yeah, all the while we have Adam, who is now going off into the sunset over here.
Yeah, it's kind of what we expected, but Randall got a great start. Thought we might see some ability from him to hold up Adam, but yeah, once Adam kind of got by him, it looks like it's going to be smooth sailing. But these two guys are going to keep battling really hard. They're going to want to help start as far to the inside on that start as they can in the B main, and use that to maximize their spots into the A main. So I don't think these guys are going to give an inch to each other. It's going to be hard racing for these 3 more laps. 5-lap heat races so quickly coming off the timing boards here, and they're running out of time almost if they're going to start making moves. So we do have an interview. We've had this heat race format's been unique and allowed us to get some interviews with drivers that are actually competing in the events each night. So we got Bobby Ross here. He's joining us in the booth now. And Bobby, how's your night shaping up?
So far, running third place. I think that's just a good spot to go. I think obviously I'll be starting first place in my heat. So right now I'm just kind of taking notes on what Adam's doing and what everyone else is doing with regards to the driving line.
Yeah, we heard that the second starting grid position might be at a disadvantage, but we saw Randall get a really good start from there. Is that something you're gonna have to think about and you're worried about seeing that happen in the first heat?
Oh, for sure. With the long shot, it's always been a gamble, and unfortunately, it's never been too kind to me with the starts of these type of races. So definitely going to have to be very aware of where everyone else is on that start heading into the first turn.
Yeah, you're going to have the inside, so at least you got that going for you. But yeah, I know this land rush start can cause some calamity, so hopefully that won't impact you too bad and you can get a clean race going.
Well, I can hope, but you never know, right?
That's true. That's why they race it. They don't run these races on paper. You gotta go out on the virtual track and earn it. So we'll have to see when your heat race rolls around.
For sure. And by the way, yeah, like you said with the long shot, good job by Randall. That caught me off guard. Like, whoa, good reaction time for him. Unfortunately, it seems like he fell back to third place with behind Jimmy Howitt. So Gotta stay consistent. That's the name of the game with this track.
Yeah, and on that start, is it about reaction time? Is it about getting the wheels, getting the traction in the wheels, limiting your wheel spin so you can really motor out of it? How do you get that perfect start?
If I remember correctly, you just keep it in neutral, put the pedal to the metal, and as soon as it goes green, you click into first gear.
So yeah, you can kind of rev it up, and the Pro 2 Lites are at a little bit of an advantage almost in that regard, as opposed to the way more powered Pro 2s. So yeah, it sounds like reaction time is going to be the name of the game tonight.
Oh, for sure, and now I will give it that with the Pro 2 trucks over the Pro 4s is how easy it is to get a better start, whereas the Pro 4, because there's more power to it, you can spin your tires more easily.
Yeah, so something that's we'll have to keep an eye on tonight, and we'll definitely be looking forward to that. So we're winding down this heat race. We got about a lap and a half to go. Adam Thompson's pulled out a almost 7.5 second gap now, but Jimmy Howitt's holding on to second. Randall McGrew, he's inching closer though. He's not giving up this battle without a fight. He's gonna really want to keep pressure on Jimmy Howitt.
For sure, just gotta stay right to the back of his truck, and because right now, like see, going through this long left-handed turn, Randall seems to get a better momentum on the exit. And let's see, because it's gonna be white flag, 1 lap to go for this. Let's see if Randall can keep this momentum going.
Yeah, we'll see if he's saved up any tricks up his sleeve and might be able to pull those out and nip Jimmy Howitt right at the end here. But here comes Adam Thompson. He's going to cross the stripe. He's got 1 lap to go around this 1.5 mile track. And we see Jimmy Howitt and Randall McGrew now taking the white flag. So pretty decent gap back to him. So Adam looks like he's got this one wrapped up, and he's going to use that starting at pole position and carry that into the feature race. So it's gonna be interesting. Randall gets a little squirrely there, but keeps it going mostly pointed in the right direction, able to recover pretty well and not give up too much time on Jimmy Howitt.
Pretty much. I think the trick here, especially with this lap, what makes or breaks it is this tree turn. It's so tricky. Even I'm having trouble getting around it. And there's so many different lines you can take with it.
Yeah, it's such a tight hairpin. Really, you can attack it a couple different ways. You throw it in there, you back the corner up, you got bunch of options. If I remember correctly, it's got a lot of braking bumps almost, where if you get off to the side too far, you can really upset the truck. As we see Randall McGrew, he upset his truck there. He's gonna slide out. That's gonna cost him big time. That's gonna allow Jimmy Howitt to control second place pretty well. It looks like Randall tried to sky that jump, and it did not go well for him. He landed kind of hard. But Adam Thompson coming around, he's going to take the checker flag with some style. We saw that last week. All the style points these guys were racking up over the start-finish line. But Adam Thompson's going to take first in our first heat race. Good way for him to start. I know it's a kind of a rubber match between him and Josh Clogg. They've gone back and forth. But that's going to kind of do it for heat race number 1. Adam Thompson taking the win. Jimmy Howitt taking second, Randall McGrew in third, and Kevin Irwin unfortunately had an issue early on. He got back out there, but he's gonna bring it home in fourth. So we're gonna let him finish up. And before we move on to our second heat race, there's Kevin.
There we go. Oh, little spin.
Yeah, Bobby brought up something important, the consistency thing. 1 wrong moment in these things, and you've kind of thrown your chances right out the window.
Mm-hmm.
So now you see our grid for heat race number 2. Jake, how about you take us through it?
Yeah, absolutely. We got Josh Clogg starting pole. We have Justin Hall bringing it up in second place, and we have Gary DiPiero, or Jerry DiPiero, if you pronounce it correctly.
Jerry.
I believe it's pronounced Jerry.
For those who prefer to pronounce it correctly, it is Jerry. For me, pronounce it Gary, but that is your 3 for the second heat.
All right, and we'll see how they get on, see if they can hook up those cars. Lights have come on. It looks like we only got 2. Jerry did not show up, but lights have counted him down, And green flag's out. Good start from both of these drivers. Looks like Justin's going to kind of go wide. Oh, he
really
gets
cheap.
really sideways there. Yeah, that is not what Josh Clog wanted to see. A car or a truck coming kind of right at him on the start. That's going to let him get away.
A large gap right there.
Yeah, he's going to get away pretty quick. And
Again, though, like, just one moment here, and that brings Justin right back in it.
Mm-hmm. And I think the issue was with for what happened with Justin was he stayed in the lower gear for way too long, and the back end unfortunately just kicked out.
Yeah, just kind of over rev it and breaks that traction. Yeah. So we're gonna go in car with one of these drivers. Yeah, this is Justin Hull on that start. Kind of get an idea of what happens here. That was weird. It didn't sound like he was revving it too high.
Looks like he was trying to match Tim Cox's strategy for the starts there, getting real close to the other competitors.
Yeah. Oh. We see them now. They're close. What happened to Josh Clog? It looked like he must have had an issue. Yeah, again, it goes over the big jump into the last turn.
He just didn't want to turn.
Maybe he was hoping for some more side-by-side practice. Looks like he might have kind of backed it off. Give us a little show here. We appreciate that up in the commentary booth. But I don't know how long that's going to last. He is very quick, and it'll be tough for Justin Hall to kind of keep up. Justin Hall's talented, but Josh has just been so quick on these dirt courses.
Yeah, one thing for sure, it does not matter how quick you are on a road course. I found that out trying to mess with these things. They are extremely counterintuitive.
Yeah, the skills that kind of transfer between the different disciplines. The different skills matter different amounts, and yeah, some of the stuff you got to use to be quick on the pavement is not the same for dirt. It's 3 laps into this one, or 2 laps down on the 3rd lap now. Josh Clog kind of working his way back out to a 2-second gap over Justin Hall. Well, let's see if we can make something interesting out of this. This is the heat races give it, the heat races take it away sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a hard take here. I want you to pay attention to Josh Clog's livery there. I see a number 19. I feel quite robbed, as that's been my number. I know he's 199. But yeah, just because I'm not there does not mean I cannot see you taking my number, Josh. So I'll be chatting with you the second you get in this booth.
Oh, we got beef between broadcasters and racers. That's always a good time. But man, Josh just sends it over there sideways, but it works out for him. He keeps it in the traction and back underway.
He's been racing these trucks for so long, so he's just a natural at it.
Yeah, probably thousands of laps at this point. And all that experience is definitely helping him out tonight. But he might be working on backing up again and see if he can get some side-by-side practice when he goes up against Adam Thompson, because they have been going at it this whole last 3 races, and this one's kind of the rubber match. Adam's got him 2-1 in terms of wins, but the other one's gotten second every race. So if Josh can kind of even the score tonight, he's going to be able to improve his points lead. He had a major lead once we got done with the radicals and done with the ovals and road, and Adam's cut into it a little bit. So he's going to want to keep up his momentum and not lose that, because we heard him via Adam Thompson last week say that dirt oval's not really his specialty. So he's going to want to maximize his points in this section before he's got to fend off Adam and some other guys.
Like me.
Yeah, like Bobby Ross. You're doing pretty well on the points yourself. So we'll look forward to seeing how it kind of comes at the end, what it comes down to. But Josh Clog here kind of going some style over all those jumps. He gets the card pointed sideways, almost like a Bubba scrub from motocross. I know cars act a little differently than the bikes do, but he's making it work for sure.
Definitely. But yeah, it's just gonna be between for tonight. Yeah, it's a safe bet to put Adam or Josh Clog first place if you were to put a little wager for tonight's event, unless something catastrophic happens on the start.
Looks.
Speaking of catastrophic.
Yeah, Justin Hall went a little wide there and got onto the green, which is not what you want to do. Even though these are off-road tracks, you want to stay on the correct off-road. You were.
Well, Justin Hall is 1 for style points here, so
Maybe he'll do a 360 on that last jump. Here's another thing to add. You ever notice on the left when you're going down that backstretch before you go on that tree turn? And Jay Cam and Kevin Urban brought this up. Doesn't that look like a block of cheese?
I have not thought about it that way. I usually eat before races, so I'm not hungry. I'm thinking about food too much, but I'll have to check that out next time we get a good look at it. But we're still on board with Josh Clog. He is coming around. He's going to take the white flag here in just a little bit, and that should seal the deal, getting him directly into the A main. Each winner of the heat races moves directly onto the A main. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Blinks out for a second. He
oh shoot.
He's back.
He's in. He's out. He's in. He's out.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of stabilized for the time being, so be okay. But
hopefully nothing wrong with the internet.
Yeah, we've known some of that. Maybe some weather in his area. That would not be ideal. Where were you talking about the cheese?
Right there. I think
the
on
yellow thing.
Speaking of wall, I think Justin Hall just hit the wall. I just heard a big crash.
Yeah, he's slow.
Actually, he just racked into the block of cheese that I was just talking about. So here we go.
Yeah, I guess a little sideways there.
Right there. Now see, he sees the cheese. Right there. Right there.
All right, yeah, that's
definitely a creative line choice.
that is one that we might not see very many other takers tonight, but
I don't know,
if you can get it to work, it'd be an advantage.
Yeah, maybe it's like the jump from Bathurst. You just really got to hit it right.
There you go. I know Jerry, he unfortunately he's not with us right now with the racing. Hopefully everything is okay, like internet wise, but with there's this one joke at the end and you can get so much air. It's so crazy.
Yeah. We love the style points up here in the broadcast, but Josh Clog kind of making our jobs tough to keep you guys entertained, but Justin Hall keeps keeping it up. And he is trying all sorts of different lines.
Maybe he's like trying to do like a Joker lap.
I mean, he does like his JDM. He's really trying to get things sideways, I think.
Yeah, and that will do it for heat race number 2. Josh Clog takes that one. Justin Hall takes second. We'll see our third heat race. Bobby, we'll let you go. You're starting on the pole of this one. Good luck, and don't get Tim Coxed.
Yeah, thank you. Keep it up. Keep up the great broadcasting, Daniel and Jake. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
Appreciate it.
Yep, that was Bobby Ross giving us some insight into what we're gonna see kind of all night. And he's gonna start out front, or start on the inside, I guess. They're all kind of heads up, but he's gonna start first. Jay Cam in the 85 gonna start second, and Tim Cox in that pink 340 going to roll off third. Lights have come up, started the countdown, and they're out. Drivers are on their way. Looks like pretty clean start for now, but this track's gonna interrupt until Tim Cox jinxed it. That was the quickest jinx. Tim Cox, and he's gonna spin himself out. Oh, it looks like he's gonna stop and wait that's gonna let Jake go by.
It is just the start that we imagined.
Oh, I spoke too soon. I thought they were gonna get away clean, and it just didn't happen. Tim got a little boost. Right.
Yeah. It's an inevitability, you know. We might have to append Wrecking Ball to his name.
Yep, death, taxes, and Tim Cox wrecking somebody in a Pro 2 Lite.
It's even worse too if you know the amount of crashes or interactions Tim Cox and Jake Ham have had. I am sure Jake Ham will not be too happy after this race. We'll see him right active in the chat.
Yeah, get a good look at this replay here. They kind of go wide, and Tim doesn't keep his lane. Kind of roots up under Jake Ham and he goes spinning himself. That's going to allow Bobby Ross. He's already out to a 10-second gap, so he's kind of stinking up the show for us after he saw how hard we were going to have to work to keep the other ones. But yeah, he kind of didn't have an option there.
We'll see too. The quote-unquote like wheel of cheese can always claim another life here. Maybe spice things up.
That it could. So we'll see if Bobby takes any of the lines he learned from the previous heat races into account. But he's looking pretty quick out there. Yep, still looking at Bobby Ross. He's 9-second gap, and then Tim Cox
back 5 seconds.
Yeah, Jake Ham's pretty quick. It's going to be a matter of if Bobby Ross can keep it pointed in the right direction and be able to hold him off. Tim Cox still struggling to keep it pointed in the right direction and on the dirt portion. It's not grass. It's like a road course. You want to stay off the grass as much as you can, I guess. Looking at Jake Ham again. He's crossing the line there. He's got some work to do. Good onboard shot there. Give a kind of a driver's eye perspective of what they're going to see on the track. It's pretty close on fast, I thought they were close on best lap. It's like Bobby's got a 223 and Jake's got a 233, so I apologize on that.
Still relative.
They got a couple laps to sort it out between them, so I'm sure they will pick it up as the race goes on. Yeah, Bobby Ross still maintaining about an 11-second gap now, so he's starting to pull away from Jake. Maybe not. Oh, another commentator first jinxed him right away. He got a little sideways. I don't think it's going to hurt him too bad, but he talked about consistency and having to keep up the momentum and just keep it clean. So hopefully he's going to try to take his own advice and keep it going in the right direction.
Yeah, we know this track has been claiming lives this whole race, each heat, and even during the practice I saw quite a bit of carnage.
For sure, these guys really get after it in practice. That's
yeah.
That's one thing I've noticed. These guys are not taking any prisoners in practice. And Tim Cox flashed up to the lead for a little bit. I wonder if he crossed the track, maybe cut it a little bit, but sorted out now, and Bobby Ross is still pulling away and got an 11.4 second gap now over Jake Ham. He sends it over the jump a little sideways. That's different than how Josh Clog was doing it, and I think that might be a little riskier. Josh kept the car kind of flat and was able to get it pointed in the right direction, so when he landed he could just get right back on the gas. I don't know how much you run those, and have you messed around with any of that, Jake, on getting the car pointed in the air?
Yeah, it's definitely a pre-planned thing, it seems, right? You have to kind of know how it's going to land and kind of set up the angle beforehand. If not, you can be rear-facing the correct way of the track real quick.
Yeah, as we almost... Oh, and
Oh.
Jake Ham does just that. He gets into the wall. Tim's coming around. He's going to want to get going. And
Yeah, we
get
can
out
buy
of
a
the way.
lottery ticket after this. We're 10 of 10 on these predictions here.
Yeah, and that's not necessarily a good thing. The commentators jinx out in full force in this heat race. That's Bobby Ross still out front. Did he crash? I'm just showing him maybe slowed up a little bit. But he's out in the way. See what happens here. Coming down a long, past those blocks of cheese down this long straightaway. It's in there pretty well. Oh, didn't look like it was too bad. So he's still going, but he's stretching his legs even farther. He's up to almost a 20-second lead over Jake Ham after his incidents. Yeah, 7 seconds he added on that lap. So Jake's bobble really allowing Bobby Ross to just kind of set sail and get out in front and not have to worry about any competitors. And he's going to cross the line, take the white flag. He's got 1 lap to keep it clean. Oh! Did he think it was the last lap?
It looks like he decided to go right directly to the Shadow Realm. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. And that's going to give it right to Jake Ham.
Did that? We're showing checkered flag now. I think that's gonna give Jake Ham the win in the heat race. Is that a little bit of a timing bug, maybe? But yeah, we'll get a look at what Bobby Ross did. He, I think this is the previous one we looked at, where he showed up as crashing on our scoreboards. But yeah. Well, we got him after he landed his truck. We have Bobby Ross now into the commentary booth, and maybe you can shed some light on what happened there. That was strange. What'd you do?
Got some sick air.
That you did, but I think it was the last lap. You were on the white flag lap.
You know, I might have miscalculated.
Yeah, we're still showing cars going around, but I think they've taken the checkered flag. You're showing up as 3rd place in that heat race, buddy. I don't know if that was the right lap to try to add some style points to your tally.
Oh shoot. Well, at least one Jurassic Park car won, and that's Jake Ham.
That he did. He is the winner of heat race number 3.
Well, I gotta do this again.
Yeah, we'll let you go. You got a consolation race to run. And hopefully you can keep your laps straight.
Well, here we go again.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I see everyone's.
good luck, and we'll catch you later.
Yep.
All right, that was Bobby Ross, who maybe celebrated a little bit prematurely. He's going to roll off this B main in 6th. Rest of the starting order: Jimmy Howitt, Justin Hall, 1st and 2nd. Tim Cox, beneficiary of that, he's going to start 3rd. Randall McGrew, Jerry DiPiero, 4th and 5th. The aforementioned Bobby Ross recovering. He's going to roll off this grid from 6th. And Kevin Irwin going to start 7th. Looks like we got almost all of them. Looks like we're going to start without Jerry DiPiero again. So unfortunate issues. He looks to be out of this race program, but lights have come on and the drivers are away. A little bit more of an aggressive land rush start with this many cars. Ooh. Close contact between Justin Hall and Tim Cox. They're going to keep it mostly clean. Justin Hall's got an issue, but that's going to allow Jimmy Howitt to sneak through there. But he has got a mirrorful of both Kevin Irwin and Bobby Ross. They are side by side through here, almost 3 wide as they come through the first little left-hander. And Jimmy Howitt's going to keep the lead. Bobby Ross looking there in 2nd. He's going to want to improve his starting position by 1 if he can get by Jimmy Howett.
That was a good start from your favorite spaceport pilot there. He started P6. I know it's all even, but it's all the way up to P2 after that land rush.
Yeah, he got a little lucky with doing it this race and being able to benefit from that land rush. But some more contact, a little bit of rubbing. Tim Cox and Kevin Irwin. No harm, no foul so far. They're going to have Randall McGrew barreling down behind them and Justin Hall kind of rounding out the field.
I think Jimmy's already pulling a little bit of a gap there.
Yeah, and he's going to try to stretch his legs. We do have Adam Thompson, our fast qualifier and heat race #1 winner. As we see contact, Kevin Irwin gets into Bobby Ross. He's going to go right back to his starting position. But Adam, you're looking quick tonight. How are you feeling on how this A main's going to shake out for you?
Yeah, I don't know. I know Josh Clogg is extremely quick this weekend. He's been doing it. Oh my God! Sorry, I'm a little bit ahead of you guys, so you're about to see this. I apologize. Tim Cox is still out for blood, apparently. Apparently, one truck isn't enough.
The waifu wagon takes no prisoners, it seems.
But, anyways, yeah, no, Clogg's quick.
That's Hall and Cox again.
This is unbelievable, guys. But yeah, Clogg's quick. It's going to be interesting. I mean, we could maybe wreck each other out as well. I don't know, but if we don't, it's going to be a battle, I think, between me and him. He's quicker, when the track state's one way, and I'm a little quicker when the track state's different. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, just make sure you complete all the laps before you try to get any style points.
What was
Bobby Ross a heat race win.
What did he say? He may have miscalculated?
Yeah, he just miscalculated the number of laps in the heat race, I guess. So.
You wanted to intern for NASA's next junior program, it seems.
Well, listen, here's the thing, guys. Like, I've miscalculated fuel. I've miscalculated
Tim
tires.
Cox again, taking out almost 2 drivers this time.
Anyways, I miscalculated fuel. I miscalculated tires, and they're still going at it. Bobby Ross and Tim back there. Oh, Bobby's probably holding his breath right now. But, yeah, I've miscalculated fuel. I miscalculated tires. I've never miscalculated race laps. Guys, I'm going to let you go.
There goes Tim Cox flying off, and we got a good quick word in there with Adam, so it sets up his night. But, man, this consolation race has ramped up the intensity from the heat races. These drivers are going at it. Tim Cox trying to get a couple more victims tonight.
It seems like he's racking up the bodies, per prediction there. Looks like we have Kevin and Randall still battling it out for second while Jimmy just walks away with this.
Yeah, Jimmy really getting out. Got a 3-second lead over these two, battling hard for second, but don't count out Bobby Ross. He's been pretty quick, and he might be able to get by these two if he doesn't have any more major mistakes. And he probably won't have as many now that he's kind of dropped Tim Cox off the rear a little bit.
Yeah, it's always liability when you have Lance Stroll's cousin right by you on the track. But yeah, looks like he's safe now, and I mean, these two are side by side, and there can always be a wreck too. They can spot people right back up into second place there.
Yeah, it's going to cost them time. As we see Randall getting in the back of Kevin a little bit, they're going to go side by side over this jump. That jump is as treacherous with one person, and I can't imagine trying to go side by side really aggressively through there. But Kevin's going to hold off Randall for the time being. He gets back in front of him and seal him off to this corner. So Randall's going to have to work on getting around him and maybe pull out a couple new tricks that Kevin hasn't seen yet. So this is really heating up. We're almost to halfway. We're 3 laps down on lap 4 of 8. A little bit longer, give a little more strategy, allow these drivers to be a little more patient. These trucks are tough, so they can take some abuse, and these drivers are abusing them. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that was a guarantee going into this race.
Yeah, for sure. And now Bobby Ross slowly reeling in the back of Randall McGrew. He's cut it down to 1.4 seconds. He's gonna want to reel these two in and maybe get another shot at Jimmy Howitt. But,
Kevin very sideways there, losing some time it seems.
Yeah, that's one thing. You can really lose a lot of time by getting the truck too sideways, and it's all about carrying momentum, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and that seems to be something that Jimmy and Bobby this race are doing well.
Yeah, just see Kevin kind of slide out a little way there. That's going to allow the door open for a split second to Randall, but not able to capitalize on that. He's going to want to look, but he's got to make a move quick on Kevin because Bobby Ross is there. It's now a 3-car battle for second. Jimmy Howitt's kind of walking away. He's got almost a 5-second gap in front of these three, but these three are going to mix it up the second half of the race as we get to the halfway. Bobby looks to the inside.
Well, Bobby is on a mission here, though. He gets past these guys, he actually might stand a chance of catching Jimmy, it looks like.
Yeah, but he's got to get through these two first. That's going to be a challenge. Just Randall goes really sideways. It's going to allow the door open just a crack for Bobby and not able to capitalize, but we'll see if he can get this run down the straightaway.
It looks like it's nice and set up here.
He's looking to the inside. He's going to go side by side. Randall's going to have the momentum with the outside lane, but Bobby's still right there, door to door. No contact. Very, very nice racing. A little bit of a change of pace from what we've seen. Bobby's going to be on the outside. He's going to try to close the door. He just squeezes in front of Randall McGrew.
He is on a mission after that first race.
Yeah, he really wants to recover from that. As he goes wide, he touches the wall. Not going to allow Randall to get to him. Maybe not. Randall's got some work to do to get in there. Ooh, that view looked really close. They were almost leaning on each other right there. But Bobby Ross now going to go to work on Kevin Irwin for that second place. He's got 3 laps to do it. He's right on the back bumper of Kevin, so it should be interesting to see how quickly he can dispatch him and maybe try to run down Jimmy Howitt, who's pulled off to a 4.5-second lead now. He's probably just trying to keep the truck clean out there in first. But this battle for second is really good. They go in there, throw the car in there sideways, and try to get it hooked up.
Bobby seems to be flying through there figuratively this time. Yeah, I don't think it's right out just yet to write off Jimmy as a leader right now.
Yeah, but Bobby Ross is really going to have to make it, as he looks like to the inside of Kevin Irwin. It's going to push Kevin a little bit out to the side. They're going to go side by side over this crest too. Bobby's going to have the inside headed into this next corner. See if he can complete the move. These two side by side. Oh, Kevin gets a little crossed up on exit. That's going to allow Bobby to get by him. And he's going to clear him. See if the counter move from Kevin Irwin's coming right here. Looks like Bobby's able to hold him off. So now Bobby's going to set his sights out front. He's got 2 laps and 4.5 seconds. Justin Hall, Tim Cox, not going to let us go without action for too long, though. These two are going to be going at it. We saw him kind of go off the jump sideways. Let's see what Tim Cox has here. He might have another plan that Justin Hall is not aware of. They're both pushing hard. They're sliding out sideways. Surprisingly, all of the body panels still attached to those cars, even though they are a bit crinkled. Yeah, can't have too much action, and if all the stuff's still attached.
It can always be buffed right out.
Yeah, but looking back now, Jimmy Howitt. Bobby Ross is starting to reel him in. I don't know if he's going to have enough time, though. Jimmy Howitt's been pretty consistent there's a little overlay of the lap time difference. Bobby's picking up almost a second a lap, it seems, but 2 laps to go. I don't think he's going to have enough time.
Yeah, as long as Jimmy keeps it consistent here, it seems like he'll be able to walk away. Definitely a tall order for Bobby.
Yep, we are taking the white flag now with Jimmy Howard as your leader. Bobby Ross, 3.9, almost 4 seconds back of Jimmy. Unless Jimmy makes a mistake, I don't see Bobby catching him. So Jimmy's just going to have to keep it pointed in the right direction. He's going to come away with a B main win. But yeah, there's your battle for second. Looks like Bobby Ross is able to spread his legs and get away from Kevin Irwin a little bit. So he's going to want to, and he slides it in hard. Oh, that's going to cost Kevin Irwin. That might allow Randall McGrew to sneak up in there and take third. Randall's going to have the run. We'll see if he can do anything with it. He tries to close in on the back of Kevin Irwin. But, yeah, I don't think he's going to be close enough to make a move either unless Kevin has another bobble like he did. Maybe I spoke too soon. Another one of those commentators cares. Kevin slides out a little bit.
He is definitely getting a run.
Oh, contact.
Oh, contact. Taking a page out
of the Tim Cox playbook. I think he was trying to get him sorted back around, but Jimmy Howitt's going to cross the line. He's going to take the consolation win. That's going to allow him to start fourth for the feature race. Bobby Ross comes across the line in second, and now we got Tim Cox, Justin Hall going at it. We'll see what does Tim Cox have up his sleeve. He's gonna keep it clean. He might be saving something for the feature race, but yeah, Jimmy Howitt takes that one. Bobby Ross, Kevin Irwin, second and third. I'm gonna give these drivers a little bit of a warm up, get the track, see how it's developed over the course of the heat races and the B main. But Jake, what are you looking for now that we've seen kind of everybody out there and see what they have out tonight for their trucks?
Yeah, I'm definitely, we have Adam and Clog up, but I wouldn't put put Jimmy out like it's kind of a dark horse here. If you have any contact between Adam and Clog trying to fight for position there, you have Jimmy and Jake right there. And also don't count out Bobby too, who's been pretty quick when he's on the ground.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I also wouldn't count out just any shenanigans happen right there at the land rush. I think we said with 7 cars it can get dicey, and there's going to be even more now, so there'll probably be some carnage if everyone can't keep it clean.
Yeah, we heard Adam talk about him and Josh might have a little bit of a battle, and that's going to allow somebody in here. But we do have Bobby Ross, and caught up to you now. Looks like you actually completed the race this time, so how is that gonna help you in your A-main aspirations tonight?
To be honest, because I think the last few races when we had heats, it was always 4 laps, so it was in my head, oh, it's just 4 laps this time. I legit wasn't paying attention to the flags. And then I hear Kevin, as I was in the waiting room, and go, Bobby, I think there's another lap. I was like, oh, shoot. But regardless, so that was a fun consi race. Good job on Jimmy Howitt for winning.
Yeah, Jimmy was kind of out front, and you had to work your way through there. You see Jake Cam take a little bit of a tumble in the warm up, but yeah, it looks like you can get out there and pass if you have an issue. So is that going to set you up well? Maybe if you don't have quite as good of a start, if you have to come from the back and kind of through traffic.
Well, just in case if I get Tim Cox, I could always come back up front, right?
There you go.
Or
as we join him in donuts in front of the whole field.
Or in this case, getting Irwin.
Yeah, that tough racing in that B main, kind of by everybody.
Yeah, it's the first lap. You're going into the tree turn. Like I was kind of expecting something like that to happen, either me or someone else. So, but regardless, this race and this series has been a lot of fun to take part in.
Yeah, we've enjoyed it up here in the booth, and you guys have put on a great show all season. And we still got a few races to go. We got this one, and then going into the dirt oval portion. Not to get ahead of ourselves or anything, but you looking forward to that at all?
Oh yeah, straight stocks are always fun. The last time we ran these for this league was back in season 1, so it's been some time. Definitely gonna need some practice with those cars.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting as we round out our dirt road portion here tonight and move into the final of the 4 different disciplines. We've seen everybody have different strengths and weaknesses. And apparently Tim Cox is wrecking people and taking shortcuts.
Is that a off track there? I know I saw J Hall hitting that too.
That's an impromptu Joker lap, I believe.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I haven't quite shaken the Joker laps out of the systems here yet, so I guess that's what we're gonna call it. But,
Makes up for missing the Charlotte race because I believe last week we were supposed to run Charlotte, but because I guess there was like a glitch with the track, so.
Yeah, we had a last minute change and we ran at Wild West, and that was a good time too. And I was expecting Josh Clog to kind of do really well, as that's more of a as we see some more shenanigans.
I just saw a good juke by Adam.
Jake's playing a little bit of Star Fox 64 over here.
There you go, doing a barrel roll. There you go.
Gonna get helped out by Kevin Irwin a little bit, maybe. Kind of pitched up against the wall, but these guys having fun.
We like to break the ice here once in a while here in XSLR.
Yeah, you really get to know your competitors as they're trapped
in
on
this
their
trade.
side.
For sure. Well, anyways, I'm gonna hop back into the XSLR chat, but again, Daniel Hall, Jake, Jonathan, you guys have been phenomenal with the commentary. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, buddy, and good luck tonight. We'll probably see you back in the booth if you have a good race.
Third time's a charm. Take care.
There you go. And there we go. Kevin was able to get Jake Ham flipped back on his wheels just in time for the end of warm-up. But we should have our grid for our A main feature. We got Adam Thompson converting that pole and fast time into a starting spot on the inside tonight. Josh Clog going to start in second. Jake Ham, the beneficiary of Bobby Ross's mistake, and he's going to take the third starting spot after winning that heat race. Jimmy Howlett, our B main winner, is going to start fourth. Bobby Ross, Kevin Irwin, fifth and sixth. Randall McGrew, Justin Hall, and Tim Cox going to start on the far left of your screen as they're lined up right now. I don't believe Jerry will make the call for the feature. Nope. So we'll let these cars and we'll let these trucks get lined up and ready to take the grid.
All right, Daniel, who do you have your money on? At least surviving the land rush.
I think Josh Clog. He's got something to prove after getting after Adam got the best of him last week. So I think I'm gonna go with Josh Clog. How about you?
I'll definitely root for Josh Clog here. I think we need to see a little bit change in the order and the finishing positions here. I think Adam's had a little bit too comfortable of a run lately.
All right, and they are off and rolling. Looks like Randall McGrew got a great start. He might have gone a little too early, though. We'll have to see. Jimmy Howlett. Yeah, Jimmy Howlett got the rough start on that. Tim Cox around the outside. He's going to be mixing it up with these leaders. I don't think that's what they're going to want to see. As
Justin
Adam.
Hall, Tim Cox, and up there. Second and
Tim Cox in fourth. Josh Clog, Adam Thompson, our favorites, got around him clean. He's going to... Oh, there goes Randall. He did have a penalty. He got off and jumped the start a little bit. So that's unfortunate. That's going to cost him big time. You see Justin Hall and Kevin Irwin get a little wide. And Bobby Ross, Jake Ham, a little contact. 3 wide over the jump. But giving it back a little bit. Kind of a little traffic jam there on the inside. They get it all straightened out, though. Nobody much worse for the wear. But yeah, Adam Thompson gonna get out to an early lead. Josh Clog right behind him though. He's gonna want to keep right on his back bumper.
Yep, and if you look right behind them, we have a Torpedo followed by Justin Hull bringing up. So if there's any fighting here, we can see things get a little bit dicey or interesting. Bringing some more people into that first place fight.
Oh, as Bobby Ross gets in there really deep, gets into Jake Ham a little bit, but that's going to really hurt Kevin Irwin as he had to woe up for that. Jimmy Howitt, unfortunately, he won the B main, but he's got shuffled back. He's gonna have some work to do down in 7th right now. But on board with Justin Hall, he is not wanting to see that 340 in front of him. He knows the treacherousness of getting around him when it comes to these races. So I think he might be sitting back a little bit and wait for Tim to make a mistake so he can get by him clean. But Josh Clog solidly in 2nd, but he has fallen off of Adam Thompson a little bit. He does not want to see that 244 get any smaller out front.
No, I don't think any of us do. So we'll see again. It's the berm there a little bit. Yeah, one little mistake. That's gonna bring Josh Clog right back.
Yeah, Adam's gonna want to be. He's got to keep up the pace because Josh. Josh is fast, but you can't have any mistakes. That's really gonna make it tough for Adam to stay out front if he does make a mistake. But good battle here for 5th. Jake Ham, Bobby Ross, and Jimmy Howitt's getting in on this. I think we're gonna see a pretty good battle right here behind Tim Cox. Although Tim's showing some speed. Apparently he actually has more talent than just T-boning and sending guys to the moon.
Yeah, some would say that is actually just a secondary skill to Tim's arsenal. He is from the UK, so he does have an advantage when there is mud. I think we know the weather climate there. I think Tim said that he spent the first good 20 years of his life only driving in dirt before he saw a paved road. So we might have some pace here to show.
That would definitely help him out in this scenario. That is interesting. I don't usually think of dirt roads in the UK, but I guess there are. You see Bobby Ross kind of get elbows out to the inside of Jake Ham. Jake's going to have the inside. He's going to take that spot right back though. So these two are still going to be duking it out. We got 12 laps in this feature. The longest these guys have run tonight. How do you see that maybe playing a factor into this race?
Yeah, well, I think we've seen that just allots a lot more time for really anything to happen. I think keeping these things in a straightish line as we see them contact there. Yeah, staying on the track for a prolonged period of time can be a challenge in these things. So just kind of opens the door for anything really to happen.
Yeah, more time for mistakes. And that's what we heard Adam talk about it. We heard Bobby talk about it. It's about consistency and keeping the car pointed in the right direction. And Tim Cox a little slow. That's going to allow Justin Hall there. And Tim kind of feeds him a little bit of a right rear. We'll see if Justin Hall goes in. He's going to look to the inside, but so far so clean. They're close. Justin's going to follow Tim over that hill. And oh, he sends it in. He backs off. That's going to allow him to get swallowed up by Jake Ham, and Jake gets into him. Justin goes around. Now it's Bobby Ross's turn to go after Tim Cox for 3rd place. We'll see if Justin Hall, he can get the car pointed in the right direction and maybe try to run these guys down again, because I don't think they're going to be done wrecking quite yet.
Oh no, it's far too early for that. And we can see too, Josh Clog 2 seconds behind Adam now. Gap has grown.
Wow, Adam is just laying it down. He keeps him present. He's been pretty quick. He finally got a win once we moved over to this dirt road section, and it seems like it's going to allow him to build momentum toward the end of this championship. But looking back now at the battle for third and fourth, Tim Cox still holding on to third, but Bobby Ross going to send it in there. He looks to the inside. Tim just turns left. Bobby sideways. He keeps it going. He keeps it pointed in the right direction. And that's going to allow Jimmy Howard now. Jimmy's going to take fourth, and it's going to be his turn to dance with the Tim Cox mobile.
Whoa. Yeah, Jimmy's been quietly, I know he had a bad start, but quietly collecting positions as everyone's been going into each other in front of him. So
yeah, we saw Justin Hall get kind of turned around right here a couple laps ago, and Kevin Irwin's kind of fallen back. Those two are battling for seventh. But this battle for third, Jimmy Howitt's going to try to make quick work of Tim Cox. He does not want to stay near him for very long.
There's a moment where they're a little tap. You want to really bring out the rosary beads and just avoid the anime girl that's coming for you.
Yeah, they're going to go side by side. Jimmy's going to have the inside lane hard on the brakes. He's going to pull a slider, but Tim just kind of drives right through him. That's going to allow Jake Ham to go by, Bobby Ross to go by, and he gets caught on the little stanchion there.
There's one corner, 3 cars go by him. That is not going to be not ideal. I don't think he's going to be too happy with that.
No, and that might allow him to fall back into the clutches of Kevin Irwin. So these three have kind of shaken Tim Cox out. And now they're going to be battling hard for third place. But kind of about 12 seconds behind Josh Clark. So 2 leaders really opening up a gap to these drivers. But this 3-car battle here is going to be exciting for the rest of this race, it seems. Because I hope I didn't just jinx it again.
Well, we'll probably see some contact. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, these cars, they give a lot of contact. Yeah, Jake Ham's gonna go wide. Looks like Bobby Ross gonna get to his inside. That's gonna allow Bobby Ross to take over fourth, but Jake is not completely giving it up. They're gonna go side by side down this long straightaway. You got a tight left-hander coming up, so Bobby's got the preferred line. We'll see what he can do, but Jake Ham with the switchback tries to just up and under and gets a little too much of the inside curb. That's gonna allow Bobby Ross to hold on to fourth.
Looks
and
like
those two battling
back again. This corner.
Yeah, he's trying everything to get by Bobby Ross, but that's kind of slowing them both up. Jimmy Howitt's pulled off a second ahead of these guys, so they're going to want to not battle too hard if that's going to cost them that much time. But Jake Ham looks to the inside. Bobby Ross still holding strong on the outside. He's going to use that momentum and seal it off from Bob Ross or Jake Ham. Yeah, there looks like a little bit of contact there, maybe between Jake and Bobby. But Jimmy still holding on to third. As we get past halfway, 6 laps down, 6 laps to go now. So we look back to the leaders. Adams still got a little bit of a gap, but not pulling it away too quickly. We see the lap time differential there. Josh was actually faster on lap 5, but when Adams faster, it's a few tenths. He was 3 tenths faster on the last lap. So Josh is going to have to figure something out to try to run down Adam. But we have not seen Adam make very many mistakes and not slow up his pace at all. So he's going to keep pushing. And Josh is going to have to figure out what it's going to take to get by Adam Thompson running down. But on board with Josh Clark, and he really gets the truck kind of oriented how he wants off those jumps, and that sets him up well, but just not enough as Adam is kind of inching away in front of him.
Yeah, it looks like the gap came down, I want to say 3 tenths over this lap, so it'll be interesting to see the timings right here.
Yeah, it looks like Josh is just a little bit quicker, about a tenth faster than Adam Thompson there. So He's going to want to start reeling him in a little bit quicker than that if he has aspirations of getting to and passing Adam for the win tonight.
You can see here too, looks like, Bobby Ross, sorry, happy little accident there. Bobby Ross, is catching Jimmy here, so that last podium position is still up for grabs.
Yeah, and I would expect these guys to battle pretty hard for that. They're trading lap times back and forth. One's faster one lap, the other one's faster the next. But we'll see who can maximize and capitalize on maybe another mistake. But we did see Jake Ham kind of go a little sideways back there. He's fallen off of these two kind of well in front of Tim Cox for in fifth position is Jake Ham. So we'll see. Bobby just slams the truck over that jump. It's not quite as rough as Wild West was. Wild West, you can really hurt the truck if you land the jump too wrong. This one's not quite as uphill. You're not going to bury the nose, but still got to be careful. You got to make these trucks last 12 laps.
Yep, and we can see for 8, 9, and 10 there, or at least Jay Hall and Randall, not the easiest thing in the world. I think we also see Tim Cox and Kevin Irwin as last battle at the end of the field. They're both pretty close.
Yeah, these trucks have seen better days.
Yeah.
We got body panels missing off of Kevin Irwin and just about every part of Kevin. Oh, Tim gets into the wall. That's going to spin him around. Kevin Irwin there to finish the job. But that's going to cost Tim Cox. He's going to fall to 7th. And I don't know if he's going to be able to kind of reel in Kevin Irwin again. But yeah, he's back to the battle for 3rd. Jimmy Howitt just can't shake Bobby Ross. Bobby keeping the pressure on as much as he can. He's going to want to try to pressure Jimmy into a mistake and be right there to capitalize on it. Yeah, Jimmy Howitt's still holding strong in 3rd for the time being. Yeah, you can see the kind of subtly different lines over that jump. Bobby really gets the front landed on hard and try to get the traction to kind of land the jump and turn at the same time. But Adam Thompson just putting on a clinic. He's now opened it up to a 3-second gap over Josh Clogg.
Can we get an onboard with him? I want to see what he's doing here, because I think we talk about the different lines and see what
Yeah, walk us through a lap here with Adam Thompson.
Yeah, I might not be qualified with my lack of knowledge on these. I know you've done some of the Pro Force, maybe you could try and...
So yeah, you really got to get the car slowed down and rotated for that corner, but you don't want to kill all your momentum out of there, because you got this long run down here, and then you got a kind of a sweeping right hand turn down this hill. You want to keep as tight to that wall as possible. And then you got a couple jumps right here. As you see Adam really aggressive. He gets the car turned and sideways, and that scrubs some of your speed, but it sets you up really well for the next corner. And trying to limit the time in the air over that jump. And then another tight left-hander where you get the car slowed down and rotated and try to keep up your wheel speed so you don't have as much slip. And then a jump, and then a tight right-hander here to the finish line. This is kind of the tightest section on the track. You got the only section on the track where you got walls kind of on both sides. So in this section, you see the cut over for the short course. But we'll go back to our battle for 3rd. We got 2 laps to go now. These two have been nose to tail battling for the last good bit. Jimmy Howitt gets a little squirrely. He's gonna allow Bobby Ross to get right on the backside of his truck, but he's able to hold him off for now. We'll see if Bobby can capitalize on one of those mistakes if Jimmy has another one. But he's gonna push out wide. That might allow Bobby, but Bobby didn't get quite the run he wanted out of that corner. Jake Ham, just to follow up, he's fallen back about 10 seconds on that battle, so he's going to be solidly in 5th. He's got about 10 seconds out front to Bobby Ross, about 10 seconds out back to Kevin Irwin. But we'll go back to this battle. Jimmy's gonna have to really work hard to fend off Bobby Ross for the last lap and a half or so. Bobby's gonna try to give everything he can. He's going wild sideways off those jumps. Lands really hard. So it's all about carrying your momentum, and Jimmy's able to do that. Adam coming around, taking the white flag here. He's got one lap and about a 4-second gap on Josh Clog. So Adam is just got to bring it home in one piece, and he's gonna take the crown in the dirt road portion, go up on Josh Clog 3 wins to 1. So these two have been duking it out for the last 3 races, and come down to these two again at the end of this little kind of mini season of dirt road racing. Josh Clog not giving up though. He sends it in hard. That's gonna hurt him though. That's gonna allow Adam just to kind of walk away a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely giving it everything. Trying to close 4 seconds in one lap is no mean feat. So it also looks like Jimmy Howitt's pulled away from Bobby a little bit here. So
yeah, Jimmy Howitt's stretching his legs, getting the better of Bobby Ross today. But Adam Thompson, he's got a couple more corners to go, and he's gonna bring this one home. So he's gonna go over this jump one last time, not taking the Joker lap, which is probably smart on his part. But as he's going to come around, he's going to take the checker flag, and Adam Thompson is going to win from Crandon. Josh Clog going to come across the line in second. Those two continuing their streak of 1-2 finishes. This is the battle for third. Jimmy Howitt, as you can see, is pulled a little bit away from Bobby Ross. But looks like Jimmy's going to get through there clean. He is going to take third, followed shortly by Bobby Ross in fourth. We'll look back. Jake Ham going to come across the line now. Waiting on the last few cars to finish up. Jake Ham's going to come home, bring it home in fifth. Kevin Irwin able to get the best of Tim Cox with that battered and bruised truck. But he's going to bring it home in sixth. And Tim Cox going to finish up
the race
in seventh.
You made it home.
Oh. And Kevin waited perfect time to enact some revenge, maybe. Tim Cox gets launched straight up into the air.
A little bit of inspiration from Bobby's flight test earlier.
Yeah, possibly. So we'll look at the results here. We got Adam Thompson taking the win by 3.7 seconds over Josh Clog. Jimmy Howitt going to get a podium, bring it home in third. Bobby Ross coming home fourth. Jake Ham rounds out your top five. Kevin Irwin sixth. Tim Cox seventh. And then the drivers that failed to finish, Justin Hall and Randall McGrew and Jerry DiPiero, missing the start from this race. So yeah, any thoughts before we get some of these drivers in for their interviews there, Jake?
Yeah, I definitely did not cease to entertain.
Yep, and we got our first interviewee. We'll bring Adam Thompson up into the booth. Now, Adam, are we going to get a winner or a second place interview first?
Well, of course you're going to get the winner first, and then second place is coming after that.
All right. So, Adam, you had some great speed. You're able to capitalize. You take the sweep first in qualifying, first in your heat race, first in the main. How are you able to pull it off?
Hey, Jonathan, can you get a bleep button ready? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I just want to tell Clog to get fucked. I beat him in his own game. This is what he was looking forward to. And yeah, it was pretty satisfying to beat him. He had put a bunch of practice. Every time I threw up a practice this week, he was in there. And we were battling with lap times and everything. So yeah, it was a lot closer than it looked maybe on the stream. But he kept me honest. It was nothing like Wild West. But man, the track, I don't know. I just I guess I was just consistent enough. I know there were some laps that Clog was going a little quicker, but I just had to not look at anything else and just look at the track and drive the truck. And if he showed up in my mirror, then we would have battled.
Yeah, you guys put on a clinic this whole 4-race stint in the Pro 2 Lights. 1-2 every race, and you got the best of him 3 wins to 1. How is that shaping up? Do you think you can carry that momentum? Dirt oval portion to round out
100%. If I know Clog well enough, and you can ask Jimmy Howitt, who is in there as well. We both know Clog pretty well, and Clog tends to be the Tim Cox of the dirt oval. So I should be okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to him, though. I really don't. He's got such a massive lead right now. What is it, like 70-something points? So, if he keeps pulling out second places like this, it's going to there's no way. But, all we need is one DNF, and I'll be right there.
Yeah, it's tough to build or to get on any advantage on points when he's so consistent. So we'll have to see. Anybody you'd like to thank, shout out?
Yeah, you guys, Daniel, I feel like you've been commentating with a different commentator every week so far, and just your versatility and your flexibility to be able to commentate with all these guys. Jake Luther, how you doing, buddy?
Right.
Thank you so much for hopping in here and doing this. I hope you had a good time. Shout out to Sudi as well. I know Jake would want to shout out Sudi, all the Sudi guys that have come in. I know a couple of them didn't make it tonight, but Bradley, Eric, Justin Hall, Jake for helping out at SMB. Just that whole team, pretty badass what they've been doing for slow motion broadcasting and XSLR. And my wife again laying on the couch, staring at me and smiling really weirdly. And Jonathan, I'm going to say it. Congratulations, man. I know you're not going to be around in the production booth as much. Congrats to you. And I must say, I'm not going to say I'm jealous, but I'm happy for you, man. Everybody that tunes in, watches the stream, and everybody that, races with us in XSLR, the admins, Tim, Jimmy, Tim. Oh, God, Tim. Anyways, Tim, Jimmy, and, Jerry DiPiero for doing everything they do. And thanks especially to Tim for having to self-penalize himself so many times, which is probably going to happen again tonight.
It will.
Yeah, sounds good, Adam. Thanks for having us, and we'll look forward to maybe carrying over some of these interviews into the rest of the season.
Well, absolutely. I think you guys have Clog in here next, so I'm sure that's going to be an interesting one as well. He had some things to say.
Yeah, we'll have him in later. So, Jake, I think you've caught up with our third place finisher, Jimmy Howitt.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing great. So we saw the start that you had was maybe not the most ideal. You kind of want to walk us through what happened, and then it looked like you kind of made up some places throughout the race.
Yeah, I got in a crap sandwich, as some people would say, and decided to back out. And when I decided to back out, my front wheels said F this, and we didn't back out. So I started sliding everywhere, ended up last, and said, I'm going to be like Max Verstappen today and pass some people. And that's what we did.
That you did, yeah. So there's definitely a lot of carnage around. Anything in particular you did just to try and stay clear of that and not get wrapped up in the side of a certain pink car?
Yeah, the pink car is a very dangerous car, and I figured today I'm not going to be collateral damage of that. So my two goals were to stay away from a pink car and another car that will not be named, and that's why I survived.
Great. Any other comments from the race? Anything else that happened that maybe you want to touch on?
I just want to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus for the fact that we're moving on to dirt ovals now. That's about it.
All right, great. Anyone else that you want to thank or shout out before we let you go?
I guess I got to give a shout out to Satan too, because he's just as real, and that's my boy. That's about it too.
All right, great. Well, great having you here, Jimmy. Hope to see you on the podium in the interview room for the dirt ovals. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was our third place finisher, Jimmy Howitt. And now we got our second place finisher, Josh Clog. And Josh, looked like Adam got the best of you tonight. How'd you see your race going?
Yeah. So, you know, I came in here last week and told told you guys that I was definitely going to get Adam this race. I know I'm much faster than he is, but I found out tonight that actually isn't the case, and it's really unfortunate. But I would just like to say, you know, to Adam, GG easy.
Yeah. So you're still going to be in the points lead after this race. How do you see the rest of your season going, and can you hold off the rest of the challengers and keep that points lead and take this championship?
Oh, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm absolutely terrible in the dirt oval. I'm probably the worst driver I've ever seen, and I know XSLR has ever seen in the dirt oval. So, you know, I'm just going to try to keep it on track. But, you know, with Tim Cox in here with us, I'm a little worried. I'm very scared, actually, and you know, I think it's probably gonna end in tears, like the reason I can never do these interviews, because my baby's crying after the race.
Yeah, we might see some carnage coming up in the next few weeks, but until then, do you have anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Adam Thompson, especially for showing me how to really drive dirt road trucks. And you know, I feel like I'm an embarrassment when I'm racing all of these pro class drivers, and then, you know, I've got this 1500 I rating driver coming in here and beating the crap out of me every week. It's absolutely terrible, but you know, it's definitely something I got to work on. But yeah, I'd just like to thank you guys as well for allowing me to come up here and interview every weekend, even though I'm still really bad at the dirt oval and the dirt road.
All right, well, Josh, we'll wish you luck and hope you can maybe shake some of your dirt oval demons for the next few weeks. So good luck, and we'll look forward to maybe getting a more words with you later on.
Thanks, guys. The only thing I'm going to be shaking if I don't win these next few races is my new baby.
All right, that was Josh Clog or Adam Thompson giving the Josh Clog interview, as is customary in the as we've seen the last few weeks. So don't go anywhere. We have some more upcoming broadcasts from Slow Motion Broadcasting. Tuesday, March 21st, we got, continuing our double headers, we got WSRL from Maney Core, featuring some LMP2s, some GT3s, and some GTP class cars. That goes off at 8:45, and then we also have we also have the American Muscle Series. They're continuing their season from Sebring, running the Mustang FR 500s. They go off at 9:10 p.m. Eastern. Then we got the Spec 5 World Tour coming from Red Bull Ring. That'll be on Thursday, March 23rd. And a week from tonight, we move into our dirt oval portion of the schedule with the dirt street stock from the Lima Land Speedway. That's going to be 8:10 p.m. next Sunday night, March 26th. So if you like racing, we have you covered here on Slow Motion Broadcasting. Any final thoughts, Jake, before we sign off for the night?
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on here. Definitely some interesting racing tonight, and I guess I'll see you guys from the track side on Tuesday over at Magna Core.
Sounds good. Well, for Jake Luther and Jonathan Grabowski, I've been Daniel Hall, and with another installment of the XSLR, we'll have a good night and see you later.
So Patrick, do we, do we describe this for everybody, Rob?
What?
You describe it. You describe it. I do enough talking.
I think any car's dead in iRacing. I think it's gone.
Oh, it's definitely. I agree. It's not going to survive much. But I still think we'll find opportunities to race it, just not as fruitful as before. Some of them just want to like make. What's the thing? Like that guy wanted to make like dolls out of Tyler's hair, but then there's just other guys who are just like. He did. He would say weird things to Tyler, man. Like he was a strange guy. And then like other guys would just show up and he's like, "Oh, we never met you? Sure, come race this 24 with us." And then you just jump in the car and wreck us out in a lap and be like, "Okay, never see you again."
Yeah, that
Like,
was
okay. Well, better luck next year, I guess.
that was the guy from